Hey guys, as you guys probably read in the title, this is going to be a build on the Knightwing escrima sticks. So let's get started. This one's still drying, but this is pretty much the finishing look of it, at least what I made myself. You can change the design however you wish, but this is just the one I made. Okay, things you're going to need for this build is you're going to need, this is a 1/2 inch thick, 18 inch long metal pipe. Now, I used metal because it's more durable and because it's heavier to get some weight on it. You're also going to need, if you're going to make the set of them, you're going to need 2 for just one, but if you're going to make both of them, you need 4 of these little end caps for whichever size of metal you decide to get, or whatever size, whatever. You're just going to need caps for whatever you use. Also, you're going to need PVC pipe. Now, this is a 3/4 inch thick PVC pipe. And I cut it into 2 foot-long pieces, and then I cut those footlongs into inches to kind of add some spacing in between them. Well, just to kind of add a little bit of texture to it. Also, some black spray paint. I use specific plastic spray paint, so yeah. And I use this gel Gorilla Glue, which is great for this type of build. Alright, so let's get started. I have no idea. Okay guys, so first you're going to put your end cap on your pipe, okay? Pretty simple. Now, as you can see, the thread is a bit showing a little bit, so I didn't like that, me personally. So you're going to take these and you're going to individually slide them down the pipe. Alright, like this. Put them up like that. Now, you're going to keep doing that until you have as big of a handle as you want. Okay. For each section, what you're going to need to do, each and every time you put another piece on, is you're going to have to super glue it where the PVC pipe meets the metal pieces. So that A, it can stick to the actual metal part, and B, so that when you take your next piece and slide it down, they stick together so that they all can stay in one spot. Okay? Okay. So once you have all the pieces together, it looks a little bit like this. Now, for this build, depending on the size of your pieces, depends on how many you put in your handle, and it's also a personal preference. For this one, I put 6 inches. I put 6 inches worth of PVC pipe in there, so 6 pieces. And always make sure that you super glue even the top of it to connect them all so that they stay put. Now, for the next piece, I kind of go in the middle of the top and of my pipe. So I try and get one piece that's kind of tight so that you don't have to really mess with it that often. Yeah, that one's good. Just one that doesn't slip down all the time. And also, like this one, it's kind of coming off, but spray paint one side of it black. I mean, it doesn't really matter about the other side. So when it does this, you can flip it upside down, and then when you look at it, it's black like right there too instead of white. So I'm gonna have to re-go over some of this with spray paint, but just for kind of shows. And then you kind of just want to guesstimate where you kind of want it. But since I like to be exact, I'm actually going to run over to my other one and see where I put it, so I can get it as close as possible. Okay, again guys, personal preference on how many you want. I want 3, but I just want a filler so I don't have, you know, blank, like just a handle there, then an end cap here, you know, it's just, I want something more. Alright, so now all you really have to do is, like I have 3 pieces left, and I'm only going to be using one of those 3 pieces, and I choose you. Anyway, so again, black if you want it to be showing, which I do to make it look a little bit better. Slide it over upside down so that when you look at it this way, it's still black. Then you gotta find your end piece. I found it. Then you gotta screw on said end piece, which is like, hold up. Okay. Like that, nice and tight. Put it right up like that. I probably actually make sure that you also glue right there as well, kind of like you did right here. And then once you put that right there, all you have to do is glue right there all the way around, and then you're done pretty much. So let's do that. Once that's done, all you have to do is wait for the paint to dry and for the glue to dry. Now, I did say wait for the paint to dry, but that's just because with my project I waited until the paint was touchable, not until the paint was durable. So like a couple spaces I have to repaint over because I touched it. But no biggie. So really all I'm going to do now is hang up to dry, and then probably by tomorrow it'll be all good and ready to go. But there you have it, your Nightwing escrima stick. And like I said before, you can make any type of modifications you want to. Base it off of any design. You can add lights. It doesn't really matter. It's personal preference. This is pretty much good enough for me. Thank you guys for watching again. Leave a question in the comments below if you want to see me do more builds, or I don't know. If you like this build, subscribe, share it, like it, whatever. Yeah. Also, a little bit of a reminder. I'm kind of new at this whole building thing. So try and keep it smaller. I mean, you can put in requests, and I will look at them. But they may not turn out as good as I would hope they would. And I'll probably revisit them if that does happen. But until then, stay cool.